I have been on a journey of studying 47 languages and visiting 99 countries over the past 50 years. Most of my language learning has been on my own, driven by a deep passion for travel. My love for languages goes beyond just learning words and grammar. It's about connecting with cultures and people, as well as seeing the world through different lenses. Understanding different cultures and perspectives became my profession as a professor of cross-cultural management, lecturing in Japan, China, and Thailand. Although I consider myself highly motivated and disciplined, I notice at times I don't get around to accomplishing some goals I set for myself. One of those goals is to improve my German. I went to German-speaking areas of Europe 2 times last year. After the first trip, I said to myself, I should get back into the language and reach a solid C1 or C2 level. But I never got around to do it before the second trip. Most people would not accuse me of being a lazy person. Nevertheless, I didn't work towards that goal. Well, I'll be back in Europe in a few months, including German-speaking areas. So my avoidance, or even perhaps laziness, has been nagging me. My introduction to German was at the Goethe Institute in Bogota, Colombia in 1975. But actually, most of my progress came from spending hours at my desk using a lingophone set that had a textbook and audio on vinyl records. Last August 2023, I visited the family where I lived in Bogota when I went to school there. And you can see in this picture a balcony of the room where I spent hours studying German and French. In 1977, I studied international relations in Geneva, Switzerland, in French. But I found opportunities to use German in Geneva, as well as during my travels around Europe. Later, I had the opportunity to work in West Berlin and Bavaria during the summer of 1980 while studying Slavic languages in graduate school at Jan Mickiewicz University in Poznan, Poland. So I would say that my German is mainly self-taught, and the classes I took in Colombia just got me started with the language. So I never thought a good way to improve my German would be a group class, especially given my experiences with taking Greek classes in Crete. So to my great surprise, I recently discovered that joining an online group class in German at Lingoda significantly boosted my motivation and discipline to work towards my C1, C2 goal in the language. And I want to share that story with you after I explain my experience with the Greek class. Being self-taught has its rewards, but also comes with it its own set of challenges. It requires that I structure my learning, search for the best materials, and seek answers to questions that arise during my study. Don't get me wrong, though that is quite challenging, it is also very rewarding. Nevertheless, I thought it would be fun to join some group classes, so I tried a language school in Crete, Greece in 2007. The backstory is I began studying Greek 9 months before an academic conference in Greece in 2006. Searching the internet, I found Learn Greek Online, a course provided by an organization in Cyprus called Kypros.net. The course comprises 105 audio files, 15 minutes each, and transcriptions of the lessons. The lessons are divided into elementary, intermediate, and advanced sections. After spending about 6 months studying a few hours a day, I finished the course. In addition, I finished the Pimsleur courses 1 and 2, consisting of 60 lessons, each with 30 minutes of audio practice. Then I began to find other material, such as Greek podcasts from the Hellenic American Union and videos on YouTube. While exploring the country's music videos, I developed a love for Greek songs. I listened to these audio files whenever possible, while driving, doing yard work, exercising at the gym, and so on. My listening comprehension improved significantly, but I had still never had a conversation with anyone in Greek until I was flying to Athens on the way to the International Association of Cross-Cultural Psychology Conference. After a stopover in Singapore, a family from Australia was sitting next to us. The teenage boys were born in Australia, but their parents had immigrated from Greece. When I spoke Greek to the parents, I told them it was my first conversation in the language. They were shocked and asked their children why they couldn't speak that well, given they had heard Greek their whole life. The following year, 2007, I thought it would be cool to visit Crete and spend a few weeks in an intensive group language course. So, full of excitement, I arrived in Crete and joined the other students there. The class was mainly attended by heritage language learners from North America. They had grown up listening to Greek at home, but could not converse well and did not have a background in studying languages. The questions I asked about grammar were way over some of their heads. The teacher found them interesting and often provided a satisfactory response. After the fourth question during the second class, a girl from the U.S. said, "Hey, I'm on my period and I'm in no mood to listen to your questions." So the school gave me a private teacher with fewer hours but at no extra cost, and it gave me more time to explore Crete by motorcycle. I thought to myself, this is the last time I am going to study in a group class. Nevertheless, recently I decided to try Lingoda's group classes online and signed up for a B2 class after taking the optional placement test offered online. And let me tell you, it was a revelation. The first thing I noticed was these classes compelled me to complete all the available pre-lesson material to prepare for each session. Knowing I'd be interacting with both a teacher and peers motivated me to prepare thoroughly so I could perform my best. So to my surprise, I found it quite effective, and I want to share with you some of the potential benefits you too might enjoy. Here's what stood out about learning with Lingoda. Lingoda's curriculum offered a clear, structured path that made my study more efficient and effective. There are various topics to choose from, and clear goals are established for each class. Nevertheless, my personal approach is still to combine this with my own structured study on the subjects that interest me the most, things that I want to talk about in German. The preparation materials for each class not only deepened my learning, but also ensured I was accountable to myself, the teacher, and my classmates. Out of self-pride, I was motivated to do my best. Being able to schedule classes that fit into my life seamlessly meant I could maintain consistency, crucial for building discipline. I scheduled the next class for when I knew I had time and I would not find an excuse to miss the class or not prepare for it. Despite being in a group setting, there were only 3 other students, and their German seemed as good as mine or better. We all received personalized interaction and feedback during and after class. The instructor wrote what we said in correct German on the PDF we were studying, and we got that afterwards so we can review it. I was surprised that the teacher took the time to tell me what I need to work on by sending me a message after class. Reflecting on my experience, I realized that even for someone self-motivated as I am, the structure, community, and accountability offered by online group classes like Lingoda's can significantly enhance our discipline and motivation to learn. If you're on your own language learning journey and looking for a way to level up your discipline and motivation, it's a great way to battle laziness or lack of discipline and structure in your studies. Now you can take advantage of the Easter sale and get 35% off using the Polyglot Dreams code. So don't delay and act now before it's too late. Thank you for listening. See you in the next video.